it's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again, live and direct. Listen, I got a powerful message for you. This message is entitled, Get Away from Average. Get away from average. This is going to be a bomb on your head. Boom! I'm talking about get away from average. Listen, there's so many people who are okay with the status quo. There's so many people who are like, you know what? This is what my life is. I'm just going to work 40, 50 years on a job. I'm going to retire. And that's about it. I'm going to take care of my family and that's it. That's an average way of living. That's an average way of thinking. That's an average lifestyle. And what I'm saying to you is that if you look in the world today, you have the 99% and you have the 1%. What separates the 1% from the 99%? It is actually the way that they think. Because if you're the type of person who is creative, if you're the type of person who says, you know what, I can't be average. I just can't do it. You're going to find a way to do what you have to do. Legally, of course. You're going to find a way. Listen, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not reading or studying, educating myself on how things in the world work. And what I've come to realize is that success is about a formula. It's a formula. It's a pattern. It's certain ways to do things. It's a certain way to think. It's a certain way to speak. It's a certain way to carry yourself. It's a certain areas where you should put your money into, right? And when you operate this way, it's like you go from level to level to level to level to level, and you don't stay where you are. But if you're not the type of person who's constantly researching, I'm not talking about the researching that they give you in college or through textbooks. I'm not knocking college or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that there's books that you can study and read outside of school that will never be on the curriculum that's going to enhance your learning. Once I learned years and years ago that the most successful people read books every single day, I made that a part of my curriculum. I made it part of a habitual pattern for my life, because I said, it's not that these people are more talented than me or you. It's that what is a person feeding themselves? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And when I started doing that years and years ago, my life went from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. I was able to start a daycare business, and it exploded. It exploded because of the principles that I learned from reading different books and various books and studying various things, right? Going to seminars, going to conferences, sitting down with a pen and a paper, taking time out to pray and ask God to give me direction and guidance. And it took me from one level to the next, to the next, to the next. And you got to be the type of person who's determined to not be average. When I learned that Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in America, in the world today, reads 5 hours a day. He sits down and reads 5 hours a day. That's why he's winning. That's why he's beating people. I'm not talking about spiritually, because you of course I know, right? And what I've been saying a long time is that it got to be balanced. You got to be spiritually strong and also mentally strong. So by him being mentally strong and intellectually strong, I'm talking about the man reading 5 hours a day. Where you have people who have not been educated, have not taken out time to study, have not taken out time to read books or listen to audio books, or just to take their mind and to expand upon what they know, go to seminars, go to conferences, stretch their imagination, stretch their learning, and then they want to start a business or they want to go to another level in life. How can they go higher than what they know? You can only go as far as what you know. You may see far, you may have great vision, but without you getting the knowledge on how to operate, it's futile. And so when I saw that Warren Buffett was studying 5 hours every single day, I said, dang, this takes discipline. Oh yeah, because when you're tempted to sit down and watch television, you're reading. I'm not saying don't watch television, but I'm saying there's a time for that. And if you're behind on your bills or if you're behind on your goals, why am I watching television? Right? You can't put your kids in the proper school. Why am I watching television? You can't make your bills every month. Why am I sitting there watching television? Entertainment is for when you have accomplished something. You should not be focused on entertainment when, right, your bills is not paid or all your time is being taken up by an entity other than something that you want. to be taking up your time with. You're living in a place where you don't want to live. So no, I'm not sitting down and being entertained, right, to occupy my mind for that little bit of time, because it's like a false reality. For that moment, I'm just in the movie. I'm listening to the movie or watching the movie, and I'm not thinking about my reality for that time period. And then a lot of people watch TV till they go to sleep and get up and go to work and do the same thing over and over again. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Unless you say, dang, I've been doing that for all these years, going to work, coming home, getting something to eat. After I eat, take a shower, sit down, watch television till I go to sleep. And then I wake up, go to work, do the same thing again, over and over again. You got to put the stake in the ground and say, wait a minute, I got to do something different. If people who are successful in life, millionaires and billionaires and people who are just winning in life, are educating themselves, still taking time out to go to seminars, still taking out time to learn in their respective field, then why aren't I doing that? I looked at Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors who have ever lived, especially of my generation, right? He still goes and takes classes, acting classes. You would think this man has won every award that there is to win for acting, but he still takes acting classes. Samuel L. Jackson still takes classes. He's acted so many movies that I can't even count, so many commercials that I can't even count, but he still gets up and takes classes. Because why? They don't want to be average. They understand that they got to get up early. They got to get in a place where people are constantly helping them get to another level. See, it's one thing to have potential, but it's another thing to reach your potential. It's another thing to master your potential. It's another thing to exceed your potential. And I looked at Kobe Bryant. He said him and Michael Jordan had a chance to be friends. And I started examining Kobe and I started examining Michael Jordan. I said, what made them so much better than everybody else? What made them different? Yeah, they had God-given talent. Yeah, they could jump. But I know a lot of guys that could jump. Yeah, they were fast. I know a lot of guys that were fast. Yeah, they were determined. I know a lot of guys that were determined. But their work ethic and their hunger not to be average pushed them to do more than everybody else. They said, when I'm looking at interviews, I'm backtracking. When people say, oh, workout started at 7 at the gym, Kobe was already there for an hour working out. On vacation with his family in Disney World, he called up the Orlando Magic and said, is the gym going to be free anytime today? So I'd like to get a workout in. He's on vacation. He's on vacation. Some people can't listen. Some people he goes to the gym at 4 in the morning to 5 to 6 in the morning, does his workout, leave before his family even gets up, and then goes out and spends time with his family on vacation. But he still wanted to get the workout in. Some people can't even make it further in life because they get a $1 raise at the job. They start showing up late. Come on, that's a bomb going off. Boom! I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to wake you up. See, nothing happens by accident. It doesn't just happen by accident. Good things just don't happen to people just because. It's what they're doing that the other people are not doing. And so when I listened to Kobe in the interview, they said, well, how did you get so good so fast from high school to during the NBA? He said, well, I figured it like this. If I get up and go to the gym at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., that's 2 hours every day. And if I do that 5 days a week, right? He said, by the time, and then I have a practice after school with everybody else, and everybody's just doing that workout. He said, by the time we meet up, I'm way ahead of them. They're never going to catch up. That's so logical to me. That's like if we had a race, right? You and me. And I said, you know what? You take a nap, and you start the race at 10 a.m. And I get up at 5 a.m. And I run fast as I can for as long as I can while you're sleeping. That means I got 5 hours on you, right? And we do this every single day. And you stop at some point, I stop at some point, we start again, we go the next day where we started from. I'm going to be so far ahead of you that you're never going to be able to catch me. Because if all things are equal, I'm always going to have that gap ahead of you. And so it's the same thing. If I'm constantly reading and studying every single day, educating myself, I'm just going to know some things that you don't know. Don't mean I'm better than you. But it's what I'm filling my mind up with every day that's causing me not to be average. And so people get mad when they don't know something, but it's their fault because they're not taking out the time to educate themselves. And like I said before, you can never go to a higher level than what you know. And so by you taking out the time to educate yourself on the area that you feel God is calling you into, you should know it better than anybody else. You should know your field better than any lawyer could ever tell you. Not that you have to be closed-minded to what the lawyer has to say, but you should know some things that they're talking about in that meeting if you ever sit down with a lawyer about your field, right? If you go to a class, a professor's telling you something about a subject and this is your field of expertise, you should know majority of what they're talking about. There may be some things that they can teach you and learn, and you're always open to learning, but you should have a broad knowledge of this topic. And this is what I've seen that the high achievers do. They study their particular area with a passion. They study their particular area with vigor. They study their particular area with aggressiveness, right? They get up early. They stay late. They do it on vacation. They do it when everybody else is sleeping. They do it when they don't feel like doing it. I studied Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson used to get up and run 4 a.m. in the morning every single day. He said, it's very hard to be great. He said, you have to do something that you hate like you love it. That means he was training and he hated training, but he psyched himself out to the point where he loved to train. Ooh, that's a bomb going off. Boom! Sometimes you got to psych yourself out. You got to say, your circumstances may be so bad, but you say, you know what? This is so great. This is so amazing. This is awesome. Thank you, God. Because if I keep doing this, my life is going to change. If I keep studying, this is going to change. If I could just get my business going, it's going to be great. You may only have one customer, but guess what? One customer, you say, woo, I'm on my way. I got one customer. People looking at you like, you only made $10, man. Dude, you made $10, but it's $10 that you didn't have before. It's one customer that you like. And if you could find out what that customer likes about what you do, then guess what? Maybe you can translate that into 1,000 customers. Maybe you can translate that into 10,000 customers. Maybe you can translate that into 100,000 customers. Maybe you can translate that into 1 million customers. I had a chance to speak to Ben Tankard. He's the #1 gospel jazz musician in the world. I spoke to him on the phone. He said to me, making $1 million is not that hard. I said, explain, let's talk. He said, well, if you find 1 million people who like what you do and you have products and services and they're willing to purchase it, you become a millionaire. And he said, that's what he did with his gospel CD. That's what he did. And I said, oh, okay. Really, when you break it down in practical terms, this is what it is. And that's what separates the average from the excellent. The average from the amazing. The average from people that's living the dream. And I don't know about you, but every day I confess out my mouth, I am living the dream. I wake up, I'm living the dream. I go to bed, I'm living the dream. Thank you, Jesus, I'm living the dream. And how about you? Are you living the dream? Right? Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. Don't let nobody keep you in a circle of average. Because this is your day for you to live the dream. Listen, this is your man Mike Bowens. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Share this video on social media. Let's make it go viral. Right? Until next time, I'm telling you to be blessed.